Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Mercato is crazy. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy. La 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 la.
Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back to the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Attenzione, special Calcio Mercato edition, this time in the afternoon. You know why? Because I was about to record a video and then I told to myself, you know, there are always some people that unfortunately, because they are living in different parts of the world, they are not able to tune in, to be here together with us when we are live, especially because, you know, with the big news, they are always arriving around 11 p.m. Italian time, midnight Italian time, so it's quite difficult also for some people to join. So let's do it a bit earlier so that people that not always have the opportunity to join, because we are a lot, don't forget about that. At the moment, we are 38,314 Juventini of the world on this channel. Let's give them an opportunity to also speak about Calcio Mercato. Mercato is totally crazy. Today we have a big agenda that I will try, that's my mission, to finish speaking about in 45 minutes. Because at 3 p.m., 40 minutes actually. Because at 3 p.m. I would love to quit before coming back here. Probably this evening after Spain against Portugal. No, why 3 p.m.? Because I want to watch the game Germany against France, because there is Colomoni that we will speak about in today's video as well. So today it will be a Q&A kind of, but I have my list, I have my agenda. What do we start with? Because I have so many different topics on the list. Do you want to start immediately with Jonathan David? Why possibly that news from Fabrizio Romano and Matteo Moretto? That you know, if you are following the channel, if you are following all the videos, all the live, you are absolutely not surprised, because it's already 2 days that I'm telling you here on the channel that Juventus tracked back. They went away, possibly, from Jonathan David. You want to start with that one? Let's try to see. But first of all, of course, we say hello to all the Juventini of the world that also in this afternoon, they tuned in. Don't forget, I'm really curious, because it's also different in terms of time zone. Where are you watching from? Tell me the country, tell me the city. Super curious about that. Tell me everything. Ciao Tsigas, the first one to write in today's chat. Ciao, this is Daver, Stavros, Fabione45, Bogdan. We have LJJ, Mikey Mazzarese. Cap is there with a beautiful ciao. I really hope we don't sell the players at Juventus with high football IQ and who can change a game with one pass or interception. You know who I'm talking about. One pass, football IQ, who can change a game with one pass or interception. Are you speaking about Kefren Thuram? Let's see, we will speak about that. Ciao Sashko, ciao to Yorio, Juve, Fino, Yassin, Mas. Let me see where people are writing from, because that's what we are doing today in the channel. We will speak also about Gyökeres if you want. Ciao Junior Mas, Manchester, UK, Rob. We have Andy that is there. Gyökeres from the Netherlands. Goedemiddag, senza paura. Juventini of the world without fear from Liverpool. Luxembourg, Brian, Lithuania, Tirana, Albania. Yesterday 0-0 between them and Serbia. Stuttgart, Germany. Tetovo, North Macedonia, Serbia, Norway is in the place, Tirana, Albania, we have Belarus, we have Finland, London, Romania, Malta, Greece, Athens is there as well in the place, Israel, Uppsala, in Sweden, Linköping, Norway, a lot of people from the north today in the chat, Motala, Sweden, Tunisia, we go a bit more in the south, Arizona, Buckeye, Riyadh from our friend Habibi, Ibrahim, Jordan, Jordan that qualified to the World Cup for the very first time. Ciao from Dubai. Ciao Jakarta. It's already 7:21. Hey, you see, for people that are living in Indonesia, it's always a good time. Ciao from Qatar, India, Iraq, United States, Londersville, Belgium. That's not far away from where I live. The Netherlands, Denmark, senza paura, Italia, London. Big fan of the channel. Thank you. Demosthenes, Dimakos, Arus, Denmark. Mamma mia, it's really Juventini of the world. It's really Juventini of the world. Ghana, Lebanon. Let me check if we have strange places that I didn't mention. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh as well. Beijing. That's beautiful. USA, Syria, Malta, Botswana, attenzione, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. for Jake, Portland, Oregon, Macedonia. Attenzione, mamma mia. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we are nearly 300 people to follow here. The live. Do we start with Jonathan David? So what are the latest news reported by Fabrizio Romano and Matteo Moretto? The probabilities that Jonathan David arrives in Italy are decreasing. Bomba. Attenzione, bomba, are decreasing. Is it really a bomba? Well, if you follow the channel, you can answer. Is it really a bomba? Are you surprised or not? I personally don't think so, because we were speaking about it already a few days ago. So, bomba, no, it is not a bomba. But they continue, because it's not over. For Juventus, the deal, for the people that are asking, Beppe, why? The deal is considered for all the quite high cost, the bonuses at the signature, the cost for the player, the request in terms of salary plus bonus are considered by Juventus quite high, and that makes it actually quite difficult. At the moment, Juventus is taking away from that deal, and a transfer to Serie A looks less and less and less possible. Jonathan David, Juventus taking themselves out of it. I see already the first reaction from Navek that is saying, Beppe, it's too risky for the price. Give me Gyökeres, people are asking in the chat. If you follow the last 2 years of Juve Mercato, it's not a surprise. But I don't think so. I think it's a logic choice from Juve in a certain moment. You know that about Jonathan David. It's already 1 year, if not more, that we are speaking about the player here. If in the beginning I was absolutely not convinced about him, in recent year, in the last year, he impressed me on a lot of things. So I saw the growth of the player, even if he was not 100% with continuity playing, but it's a player that grew on me, that the player that caught my attention, that I would not have said no to, but never, he 100% convinced me. If I hear that it's a free agent, of course you are thinking about something. You're saying, okay, a free agent that is from the caliber of the Canadian player could possibly free up money for other roles. Free agent, you know, it's always interesting. So you have that player there that is part of a duo that can play together or that can rotate depending, and you have a striker that is strong. Then if you tell me he is the big player for Juventus Football Club with another B striker, and I'm always taking the name as an example of a Pinamonti, I'm thinking it's extremely light. To give you the situation, we have Dusan Vlahovic today with Milik, and on loan we have Kolo Muani. So if you tell me the new season 25-26, your real strong striker is Jonathan David with the B striker, I'm telling you it's not enough. We are not strong enough. We need to look for something else. If you tell me Jonathan David on a free is joining Juventus, and on top of that you have a top striker, really top striker, then I tell you yes, because you free up money for other striker or for other roles, and then it makes sense. But then if you tell me that from a free transfer, it's not anymore a free transfer, but that free transfer starts to be extremely expensive, 20 million at the signature, the player that is asking 6-7 million euro net, which means 12, 14, no, what am I saying, 6, 7, yeah, 12, 40 million euro gross plus 2 million euro bonus. It starts to be a lot. It starts to be a lot of money. And then I'm thinking, give it up. Give up on the player, because you're actually spending money for that player. Attenzione, attenzione. People are telling me, Beppe, they could possibly be something crazy. So we will go and we will check what is happening in real time, even if that should not be the Attenzione, let me read. I will discover together with you. Luciano Spalletti considering to leave his job as Italy head coach with immediate effect. It's not over, eh? Because not only him is speaking about it, but also Gianluca Di Marzio. I should have the notifications on for Gianluca Di Marzio. Gianluca Di Marzio is telling us that Luciano Spalletti towards the resignation of CT della Nazionale. Attenzione! Bomba! It was my third point on the list of today. After the strikers topics, I wanted to go towards Gravina Spalletti. So I don't want to speak too much about it. I just want to tell you one thing about that one. That if we are looking for someone to blame, there is someone else to blame in priority. And it's not Diletta Leotta that you can see here. It's another person. Number one, it's Gravina. Italia, today Gravina this morning spoke. Gravina is actually securing his spot in saying, I will not resign. I believe in that project. What about Ranieri? I send him the greetings. I don't want to speak about it today. So actually, in all the words of Gravina of this morning, because he spoke, we saw that he's telling us one thing. Norway is stronger than Italy. That's what he said. We were not prepared. We can lose. It is allowed to lose against Norway, but not in that fashion. This is unacceptable. But he's not putting himself in doubt now. I believe that shifting from Spalletti to another one, I'm happy because I don't like Spalletti at all. But it will only postpone. It will only put, a bit of sand on the problem. It will not at all solve it. So if you really want to solve Italian national team, you need to think about something else. And the first one there, selfish one, the one with a big ego, the one that is not thinking at all about resignations, it's Gravina, according to me. The one that is at the moment the devil of Italian football. Not only from Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio, but also La Lega, also the clubs. It is Gravina, and I say it without being scared of it. It is Gravina that I continue to repeat. If we want to save Italian football from a total disaster, that's the first man that should resign, and not just with another name that is coming here and give continuity. No, someone with balls, someone that wants to do something. Today, Gravina said something. The Azzurro shirt, the blue shirt of Italy doesn't belong to you. It's loaned out to you, and you need to respect it. You need to love it. You need to understand it. It's not just football. It's much more, because you are representing football, because you are representing a country. Well, the first one that should look into the mirror is Gravina. That's my guess on it. Now, shifting, because we have a lot of things to speak about, shifting towards another topic, and it's still in La Nazionale tema. I am extremely scared. I tell you, I am extremely scared. Ciao Kim Munti, 43 months with us. Grazie, my friend. I am extremely scared about one thing. It is that Spalletti, being available on the market, could potentially be an option for Juventus Football Club. And I'm praying no. And I will ask you in the chat to vote on that one, because that will be the real first poll of today. Spalletti to Juventus, yes or no? Give me 1 second to just launch the poll, but I will ask you that question. So content here, live, I need to start that one. Here we go towards a poll that is, boom, Spalletti to Juventus, 100% yes. 100% no. No, but better than Tudor. 3 options. Boom. Let's go. You vote now. You have the opportunity to vote. Guys, don't forget to put a maximum of like as well. Super important to actually say to the people that we are live at this moment of the day, which a lot of people probably do not know. So it is the moment to vote, my friends. Go for it now. Spalletti to Juventus. 100% yes, 100% no, or no, but actually it's better than Tudor, which is also an option that you can vote for, that you can have into your mind. You have people that are absolutely not happy with, at the moment, Igor Tudor being confirmed. While you are voting, I will tell you my opinion about that. That's my biggest fear. The biggest fear next to Mancini. Next to Mancini, probably Mancini is my biggest fear, but at the moment I'm not thinking that Juventus is looking for Roberto Mancini anymore. Even if Giuntoli was there, probably that would have been a big name and probably would have already been at Juventus at the moment. Bravo Andar, I'm glad Giuntoli isn't there anymore, otherwise Spalletti. Not only Spalletti but also Mancini. The second name is Spalletti. But why Spalletti second name and Roberto Mancini first? Because Mancini was totally free already since some weeks. I repeat you, for the people that do not know, Mancini has been contacted instead of Tudor by Giuntoli before contacting the Croatian coach, with Juventus that blocked everything. The property, the ownership, because Juventus already knew that they would not have continued with Cristiano Giuntoli, and they said, basta, stop, let's limit all the damages that he already did. And later, when we speak about the Mercato with Comoli, that is starting to actually undo the Juve of Cristiano Giuntoli with some bomba news, pay attention, remain here, you will understand that this was not an option for Juve. What about Spalletti? According to me, Juventus would not go for him. Juventus would not go for him. I am not here saying you that he is a bad coach. He is not. But there are so many other things that are influencing my decision into no. No Spalletti, no Spalletti, no Spalletti. Am I scared? Until I have 100% confirmation, which means, translated in contract extension by Tudor, or another name that is coming with a 3-year contract for the bench of Juve, or 2 years of contract, there is always that possibility. There is always that possibility. So yes, I am a bit scared, even if today I really don't think that Juventus would go for a profile like Luciano Spalletti. Why? Why am I thinking that? Because Comoli has a vision of football. He's just arrived, has an idea. Where the coach is important, absolutely he's important, the coach. But that's a coach a la Spalletti, where everything turnarounds Spalletti, awards his vision, awards his world. They don't want to make the Juve of Spalletti. They want to make the Juve that they created there in La Continassa. The vision of Elkan, the vision of Comoli, the vision of Giorgio Chiellini. Don't forget about that, extremely important. The one that will share Juventinità, DNA, all of that. So no Spalletti for Juve. I don't believe that we'll go for a coach like that is a bit older, with that experience, that is really centric. So I don't think so. Hopefully not. I'm looking at the votes at the moment before going towards other topics again. At the moment, and we will close immediately, we have a 7% of people that said 100% yes. So there are 7% of people that want the bad of Juve, that want really the bad of Juve, or maybe it's our friends from Inter that are here in an afternoon wishing us that we fail even more than we failed in the last few seasons. Then we have 8% that are saying no, but it's better than Tudor, and then 84% that are saying 100% no to Spalletti. I think that the vote has been extremely clear, at least for that part of Juventini that are here in the community. Can we go towards another topic? We can go. So I told you about Jonathan David. You see, I go fast because I have so many news. Guys, Jonathan David, no from Juve. I think it's a good choice. A good choice. Kolo Muani will stay for the World Cup, and we are going towards a double option to keep him for season 25-26. What Juventus would prefer is a loan with an option to buy, which means that we don't pay Kolo Muani. It will not even be in the books already because it's an option to buy. And that would be the preferred choice by Juve. There will no be another dry loan without formula. So this time, what Juventus is doing, except of the World Cup, is looking for a formula. And this is what Paris Saint-Germain want as well. Of course, what is the formula, the preferred formula for Paris Saint-Germain is to sell him. To sell him immediately, because he's not in the plans of Luis Enrique. We know it, we already understood it. And that's the preferred plan of the sporting director Campos from Paris Saint-Germain, from the owner Al-Khelaifi from Paris Saint-Germain. But of course, then you have the intention from the player, what he wants, what he loves. And Kolo Muani made it clear. I feel extremely well at Juve. I want to continue at Juve. I want to give continuity where they appreciate me. That's extremely important for me. I was impressed by the city, by the club, by the love that I received by the supporters. It's a coach that brought me back in doing what I love, playing football. The impact that he had in the beginning with Thiago Motta. Then that switch from Thiago to Tudor, where he was penalized as well as the team. You all remember that downfall of Juve, Atalanta, Fiorentina. Then the coach that is coming, and of course, he gives a chance to the one that he believed in, Dusan Vlahovic. We had that moment of dip of Kolo Muani before in training sessions, working without speaking and showing to Tudor that he deserved a spot as a starter. And that's what he did, also with some important goals that gave us the qualification to Champions League. So did he do well? According to me, he did extremely well. He wants to stay. And that's what Paris Saint-Germain is saying. Instead of going a long summer, trying to sell him, if we have already an opening there, and if he can continue at Juve with that option, why not? If we prefer something, we prefer then an obligation to buy at certain conditions. So that's where Juventus will play in the coming days. So Kolo Muani could be one striker, and if you have him on loan, that free up money for another striker. What can be that other striker? And here we are in the extremely important thing. Not Jonathan David. So Kolo Muani with another striker. And here we have two roles. Or the big name. Attenzione. The big name. Or the low cost name. What could influence the road that Juventus is taking after Kolo Muani? Tell me one name. There is one name. What could possibly influence Juventus' choice to go on the market for the big name or the low name? This name, Yolo, is telling us Vlahovic. Vlahovic is today deciding the future of Juventus Football Club in terms of strategy for the striker. There is no change of plan for Juve. Juventus wants to stop the relation with Dusan Vlahovic, something that is clear to the player. That was like that before the change of management, that continues to be the same with the new management. So there is no change. Of course, the master, the one that has the key, is Dusan Vlahovic, because if he says no, we have a problem. We have a huge, big problem. So Dusan Vlahovic is the one that decides at the moment the future of Juventus Football Club, as you can see also here in today's edition of Tutto Sport, that is telling us, attenzione, Dusan, che rischi quei no. So there is at the moment a big risk for Dusan Vlahovic in saying no to Juve. There are offers for Dusan Vlahovic, as we can see, from Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce that is on the player. They really want to go for the player. They are ready to pay 30 million euro for Juve. I tell you, Juventus, they are not able today to say yes to less than 20 million euro. Less than 20 million euro, you are losing money on Dusan Vlahovic. Everything that is on top of 20 million euro is a plusvalenza. The idea of Juve today is to go lowest 25. Then, of course, if there is a battle for Dusan Vlahovic, they can increase 30 million euro that has been offered by the Turkish club for the Serbian striker, with the salary that is 10 million euro net. So in terms of conditions, they are really great. But Dusan Vlahovic at today would not love to go to Fenerbahce at today. We were speaking about the same case with our friend Osimhen last year. At the end, he went to Galatasaray when there were absolutely no other options and when he understood that he could have been 1 year on the bench. Not on the bench, in the stands. So, Dusan Vlahovic, first offer, Fenerbahce, that is extremely concrete. Then there are other offers, Atletico Madrid. But Atletico Madrid, first, they need to sell a lot of players. They really need to understand, pay attention to the name of Giuntoli that could potentially go towards Atletico Madrid as a sporting director, even if the voices were just a rumor at the moment. But Atletico Madrid interested in him because they had that crush already long time ago before he arrived to play with the Bianconeri. Another club that is extremely interested is Milan. Attenzione to Milan. But the salary could probably be a huge big problem for the Rossoneri. So at the moment, at today, what do we have? We have a Vlahovic that is deciding the market of Juve. If he waits too long, too much time, Juventus is losing time, because we cannot take any decision before Dusan Vlahovic takes a decision. So this is actually blocking the Mercato of Juve. Juve that wanted to anticipate to really go towards extending Colomoni, so at least we are safe on one name. That is a guarantee. Dusan Vlahovic on the other side will decide. What are the names for the big names? The big names are possibly the name of Gyökeres, where Juventus is on, but the chances to have the Swedish striker at Juve are extremely low because the competition is big, because Manchester United with his ex-coach Amorim are on the player, because they are the eyes of the entire world. So Gyökeres to Juve, guys, I don't want to let you dream. Pay attention. Another that is considered a big name by Juve is the name of Retegui. Retegui, another player that could possibly join Juve as a big striker. Retegui, Colomoni, different characteristics. Players, one that knows Serie A really well, Retegui after 2 seasons, one with Genoa, one with Atalanta, that is waiting for the step up that Atalanta would sell if the right offer arrive. Retegui, that you like him or that you don't like him, is considered a big name. And I will tell you, it's not my favorite player, or he has not been my favorite player, but he impressed me a lot. So not Jonathan David, Danilo, go back to the live in the beginning to understand why Juventus said no. So Retegui could be a big name. Gyökeres could be another big name. Much more difficult for Gyökeres to join Juve. Another name that is observed by Juve could potentially be Boniface, but also there are some doubts. After the big injuries that he had, also the player, there are some contacts with Saudi Arabia with a lot of cash in terms of salary, and also because he will not be present December, January because of the AFCON. These are at the moment the big names. Are there also other names? Yes, there are. Maybe more if Juventus cannot go for in selling immediately Dusan Vlahovic. One of the names that we heard is also coming from Sporting and is the name of Harder. Do you know Conrad Harder? I show you here. Conrad Harder playing at Sporting. It's from Denmark, 20 years old, so it's a young player. Conrad Harder. Honestly, when we speak about Sporting, of course, we have one name in mind, and it's the name of Gyökeres. But on the other side, Conrad Harder, that I would love to open if transfer market activate themselves. Here is 28 games, 5 goals, 20% of the starting 11, so it's not a real starter, or was not a real starter. We see in Champions League already 9 appearances, 1 goal, even if he started 40% of the games. So it's a player that, look at that, in the Taça de Portugal, in Coppa Italia from Portugal, well, there he played a lot, 7 games, 5 goals, 2 assists. In Superliga, 7 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. So it's a player that is the next Gyökeres, the next Holland, the Højlund from Atalanta, let's say. The Højlund from Atalanta. Now, of course, you have a bad image of Højlund at Manchester United, but these are the risks with these 20 years old players that are arriving to the top football, and that people are saying, He looks extremely interesting. Should we go with a lot of money? If you need to go for a lot of money, you're actually taking a big risk. But that's the name that you can afford if Dusan Vlahovic is not leaving. So that's a name that we had to speak about. Let me cross what we already spoke about. So Harder, we spoke. Jonathan David, we spoke. Colomwani, we spoke. Vlahovic, we spoke. Gravina Spalletti, we spoke. What else do we need to speak about? Guys, tell me the name and I will tell you if it's on my list or not. Tell me. You decide and then we go. I told you it's a fast live, so if you want to speak, it's now, guys. You want to speak about Nico. Nico is easy. Here we go. Towards Gazzetta dello Sport. That goes to 3 goodbyes. So we'll take a few names. Dusan Vlahovic, we know. Let's not go through again. But there are 3 big names. Actually, it's, especially if you are looking at these two, Comoli, Chiellini, because speak about 2 names together that are actually looking for undoing the Mercato of Cristiano Giuntoli. They are expecting a 35 million euro for Dusan Vlahovic. I think it will be less if he leaves. They are looking to sell or to put on the market Nico Gonzalez, 26-27 million euro. They are putting on the market Douglas Luiz, 38-40 million euro. The value of Nico Gonzalez, that's the one. Okay? 27 years, Serie A. The value of Douglas Luiz, 38-40 million, will also, I believe, be influenced about the Club World Cup. At the moment, it's difficult to see Locatelli as a starter in the first game, so it could be that Douglas Luiz, that is not injured since a while now, that could be a starter in that first game, maybe even in that second game if he does well. If he does well, I don't believe that with Tudor, he will have chances to stay at Juve. I tell you how I feel it. No information, but what I feel. I don't think it's the type of player that Tudor loves. It's a pity because it's a player that I really believed in, but Juventus, they took a decision. Hey guys, we need to go on the market for a physical, strong player that is more in the idea of Igor Tudor. We have Thuram, we have Locatelli, but another one, for example, with the characteristic of Tonali. We'll speak about Tonali in a second if you want to, that Juventus is not giving up on. There is a player that needs to be sacrificed, Douglas Luiz. Another name is Nico Gonzalez. Until yesterday, there were absolutely no voices of Nico Gonzalez possibly leaving. Also because he has been used a lot by Tudor that gave him a chance, that appreciated his efforts. Now, if we are totally honest, if we are looking at koopmijners that I put at the bottom, Douglas Luiz that I put second, the third one that in the big investments of Giuntoli that didn't perform is Nico Gonzalez. We saw some flashes of Nico Gonzalez, but it's not anymore the 22, 23 years old Nico Gonzalez. Was it a flop? Not as the other 2 ones, but yeah, in terms of continuity, we wish to see much more. What are the clubs interested in Nico Gonzalez? Pay attention. Galatasaray, Brentford, West Ham, and I will even add another one in this, Nottingham Forest. So these clubs are extremely interested in Nico Gonzalez. Yes or no for 25 million euro. Yes or no? Nico Gonzalez out of Juve. Yes or no? I see Cappuccino with a yes. Emiliano with a yes. Nick, no. Yes, please. He's horrible. 30 million euro. No, I told you 25, not 30. Yes, 25. No. Yes, he should have never been bought. That's another discussion, of course. No, I still believe for this is Dever. Yes, for Alessio. No, for Sylvain. Yes, no. I see a lot of different opinions. I thought it was more like a yes, do it. Here I see a lot of a yes, no. That's another discussion. He will go with us at the Club World Cup. Chico, Conceição. Chico, dove vai? Chico, where are you going? Look, Nico Gonzalez is one that in parts of the season I defended. I defended, but he didn't deliver enough. And I believe that we need much more than the sacrifices of Nico Gonzalez on the wing, because that's where he performed well at the end with Tudor. I think that we need a bit more, especially for the money that we signed him. Nico Gonzalez is a different player than Chico Conceição. You cannot compare. It's not about better or not better. They are two total different players. It's true that if you are playing in a 3-4-2-1, we didn't see Nico Gonzalez as we wanted to see. So, no. Then Chico Conceição, I tell you that yesterday I saw a really beautiful graph. Let me try to recuperate it if I'm able to. Here, it was a beautiful graph. Let me go to split guess. No, to square. Square here. Don't mind that one, but mind this one if we can. It's small, eh? It's really small. You cannot see it. What a pity. What a pity. What a pity. Can I put it like that? Who cares about my face, right? So when you see that graphic here, on the right side, you see the dribbles attempted per 90 minutes. On the high side, so let me go here, on the high side, on this bar, so higher the players are the key passes for per 90 minutes. So key passes per 90 minutes. Right side, you see the dribbles attempted per 90 minutes. Who do we see there? Actually, Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is the player that is going out of that stat in top stats. Then you see, for example, the one with the most dribbles attempted per 90 minutes. You see a Doku in red. The player with actually the most key passes per 90 minutes is Olise, okay? Then what do you see? I'm not sure if you are able to see it, but where you see Yamal, then you have Vinicius Junior, and then you have Francisco Conceição there in blue. Did you spot it, Conceição? So Conceição is actually a player that is in the group of Yamal, Vinicius Junior, Doku, Nico Williams, Brian Zaragoza, in terms of players with the most dribbles attempted by 90 minutes. But he's actually quite high as well in the key passes per 90 minutes. More than Adeyemi, more than Kvaratskhelia, more than Raul Moro, less than Chukwueze, less than Pedro Neto, less than Adama Traoré, less than Mohamed Salah. But if you are looking at a combination, and that's where it's important, that arc that starts with Olise, Désiré Doué, Lamine Yamal, Doku, Nico Williams, Brian Zaragoza, Francisco Conceição, Vinicius Junior. If you want, you can even take David Neres and probably Fab Wirtz. You see these players there in that arc there. It's quite impressive, huh? Quite impressive here. The players that you see here on that right side. And who is there? It is Francisco Conceição. Now, with all the researches that we made, ultimately, we made researches about players a la Adeyemi, 40 million euro, 30 million euro. About how many players did we spoke about? If you're looking at the player like that, where we will play Champions League, Serie A, Coppa Italia, again, after a year with the Club World Cup. So we'll have so many games in the tournaments. Is it a player that you should say no to? A player that has 1 year of Juve, a player that is just celebrating 22 years, that is a player that is already a national team of Portugal? Think twice, huh? Is he a starter of every single game of Juve? No, but he's a player that is able to enter from the bench, a player that is able to start some games, a player that, in terms of grinta, in terms of character, in never giving up, in that a bit of follia, is extremely good. Then decision making needs to be better. Decision needs to be better, but he's a 22 years old player. So more and more I start to be extremely convinced about our friend Chico, come stai? Chico, dove vai? Chico, Conceição. Wait, we spoke about Nico Gonzalez. So today, of course, if you have the opportunity to sell Nico Gonzalez, do it, according to me. And we have Douglas Luiz. We spoke. Nico Gonzalez. We spoke. I told you about the teams interested: Galatasaray, Brentford, West Ham, and Nottingham Forest. we have a lot. We don't have a lot of minutes left. What else is a priority? What else is a priority? Tell me, guys, what is another priority? You want to know about Cambiaso? We can go towards Cambiaso. Attenzione! Cap is telling us, Beppe, speak about Cambiaso, and that's what we'll do. Attenzione, Cambiaso is not on the market after the interest of Milan, and the non-interest of City. Juventus said to Cambiaso, you stay here. We want to keep you here, except of a proposal offer of minimum 50 million euro. Otherwise, you stay here. Now, my big question is it because the offer is not good enough? Is it because we don't want to reinforce Milan? Or is it because of a technical choice? Because we believe in the player and he is the best possible player to reinforce Juve in the team of Tudor. I want you to be totally honest on that one. Is Cambiaso the best player for that 3-4-2-1? How Tudor is imagining it, that way of playing? Good question, big question. It's really good. Really good. I see a lot of yes. He's a good player for Tudor. You know that I tell you that I have my doubts. Because Tudor, what he is expecting in this 3-4-2-1 are two players there on the left and on the right that are able to run 90 minutes, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's not a surprise that players a la Dodo, that I don't want, player a la Gutierrez, that I like, player a la Nuno Tavares, has all been linked to Juve, because these are the players that can do that job, up and down, up and down. Pipo Kostic could be a player that does that, because we all remember when he was at Frankfurt, that was the role that he loved to do. But, no, I don't want Dodo. I don't want Dodo, guys. But Kostic will not stay. No, Kostic will not stay. He's 32, will be 33. Player that we already loaned out. Player that could give something for a Club World Cup. Why not? But I don't think that Kostic will stay. Backup. Yeah, but backup of who? That's the big question. Backup of who? Attention, because I'm already late. I'm already late because France already started. Can I see that game somewhere? Big question. Bravo. This is Daver. Thank you for the donation, my friend, because he's telling us something. I like Cambiaso, but he's not Quado Asamoah. He's a total different player. Total different player. Total different player. Total different player. Wait, can I see the game or not? Of France, because if I can watch it a bit like that, then I continue a bit the live. Otherwise, I will have to stop, guys. Wait, let me check. Here, I see football. So I have the game. I will watch a bit now because Colomani is playing, guys. Colomani is playing. We also have Voltemade that is playing. I have the game here in front of me. You never know if something is happening. So we extend a bit. I don't want to make it too long. It depends also of you, of your participation, of your support to the live. Because at the moment with 222 likes, it's absolutely far from what I was expecting for an afternoon live. Maybe the people of the afternoon, they are not used to it. Attenzione, mamma mia, Voltomada was about to score. Attenzione! Saved by the goalkeeper of France. I think it's Maignan, but I'm not sure from here. It's Maignan. Mamma mia, what a save. Attenzione. Kalulu is not starting. He's on the bench. It's not starting. Mamma mia, Voltomada was about to have a price increase that would have been incredible. Virets, Ademi is playing. Voltomada is playing as well. Okay. So Mamma mia, was about to score Voltomada. You know it, huh? That's the name that we reported here on the channel and trying to anticipate everyone. But I didn't have any confirmations at the moment. And also Ademi is another one, huh? What else? What else do we need to speak about? Cambiaso, we said. Cambiaso off the market at the moment. We said Yildiz is a good name. Yildiz, super easy. Juventus, they understood that Yildiz cannot stay there for the same price. They need to do something for Kenan Yildiz. And what they want to do, what they need to do for Kenan Yildiz is renewing Kenan. Renewing Kenan is the priority today. Because there is big interest from Premier League. Pay attention to his best friend, that is Dean Huijsen. Big gap in terms of salary. Huijsen received that. We saw Yamal, boom, increased. So you cannot keep Kenan Yildiz at the salary that he has today. So Kenan Yildiz towards the renewal with Juve, and they are writing it here, as you can see, from 1.5 to 4. People that are following the channel since long and they are always loyal, you know that this is a priority that I asked to do to Juve. I said, if he wants 3, give him 3.2. If he wants 3.5, give him 4 million. It's one thing that I really said is super important. Going for Kenan Yildiz in showing him that it's not only beautiful, that it's not only a young, beautiful kid with the number 10 on the back, but also that we believe in Kenan. I am satisfied about the first real season of Kenan in the first team. Of course, he needs to continue, he needs to grow, but we also need to continue to show him and pushing away these offers from crazy clubs that have a lot of money. So from 1.5 to 4 million euro net, I think it's totally correct and should be in one of the priorities of Comoli. Comoli that understood it together with Kenan, with Giorgio Chiellini. So beautiful news, and I tell you, this is not a rumor. Attenzione, what a pass. Attenzione. Deflected. Mamma mia, Germany is on fire against France, huh? On fire, mamma mia. Again, Voltomada, what a player is again there on the ball. Will he go with his left? A fantastic pass. But how many passes does he do? Mamma mia. Oh, Voltomada on fire. I don't know if you watched the game. It's not a bad player at all, huh? And then Fulkrug. You know that we heard also about the name of Fulkrug, huh? Another player that I like, of course. A bit older. I think we are a bit away. Wait, because I received a message. Attenzione! Attenzione. Press conference of presentation of Damien Comoli, new general director, is planned on Tuesday the 10th at 11:30. And no, because I'm live at 12 p.m. I am live at 12 p.m., guys. Mamma mia, but Voltomada is on fire. Adeyemi and Mignon as well, by the way. And no, because I'm live at 12 p.m. No, but I'm live not here on my channel. I'm not live here on my channel. I am live somewhere else on Juventus. It annoys me. And now I'm scared. You're celebrating, guys. Huh? I'm not celebrating. Huh? Luciano Spalletti in press conference. I have been sacked. The President Gravina told me that I would be taken away from my mission, from my role, after the game against Moldavia. I would have loved to stay and to try to change things, but I take note of what has been said to me. Yeah, you will tell me, Beppe, you're celebrating. I'm not celebrating, guys, because I'm scared. Because I'm scared. But yeah, of course, he got what he deserved. But that's not my main issue. My main issue is not Spalletti. By the way, it could become my main issue if he joins Juve. And I'm scared. Why? Guys, why? Because he could come to Juve. Think a bit. Mamma mia. Why am I scared? People are telling me. Because he's free. Because he's available. No. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Send him to Parma. They need a coach. No. There is no here we go. There is no contact. There is nothing. Leave me alone. Guillaume Mp is reporting his words. Please. No. That would be, guys. I tell you. According to me, we support the one that is on the bench of Juve, and whatever coach will sit on the bench of Juve, hopefully Tudor, even Spalletti, I will support him. I will try to find the positive signs of him, but until the decision is taken, I will be his biggest hater, and I will make prayers. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. I don't believe, but I'm scared. 30 minutes ago, I had exactly the same. No. Where did he say that? No. Leave me alone. Wait. I will send him a message. Don't lie to me. Huh? No. Leave me alone. Wait. Hey, oh. Wait, I send him a message. No, because if you are lying, guys, I will be pissed off, huh? Wait. I send him a message. I just saw my message. Attenzione. He just saw my message. He will answer. He's answering. Okay, I have the answer of Luca Monblano. He answered me about that percentage. He answered me about that percentage, and I even asked another question. Not sure if he will answer that second question or not. The first question, he answered. I'm curious if he will answer that second question. At the moment, he saw my second question, but he's not answering. He's not writing back. There are 35 seconds more from that song. What will he say? So I asked, did you say 1.69%? He said, I didn't speak at all today. When did I say that? So, of course, that 169 was a joke from someone in the chat. But then I asked him, Luca, it's 0, right? Tell me it's 0, right? He saw the question. He's not answering. If he answers, you will be the first one to know. He could say yes, it's 0. He could say it's 0.1. Could say, Beppe, stop annoying me on a Sunday. Or he could just leave me on read. We will see. I give him 5 more minutes. Attenzione. Wait, because France is attacking with their number 10. I think it's Mbappe. Mbappe, beautiful pass here in the middle. There is absolutely nothing. I'm looking also for Colomoni, but Germany is so strong at the moment, guys. Colomoni that scored, and that's 5-4 in the last game. So we spoke about Spalletti. We spoke even about Dodo, about Gutierrez. So these are the names that in types of players that Tudor is interested in for his 3-4-2-1 with a lot of physicality, with a lot of runs. Is there another name that we need to speak about? Because I don't see the chat active. It's Sunday. You're just enjoying the live, the flow. There is no... You want to speak about the Made in Italy? Or you want to speak about a fast thing first? Look, without rumors, without information, yesterday I was watching again Turkey. I love to watch the Turkish national team. And I said, I want Arda Güler. They have Nico Paz. They have Mastantuono. They have Hendrik. They have Vinicius. They have Mbappe. They have... Guys, how many players offensively they have? I know that some players are playing as a number 10. I know that some players are playing as a number 9, 11, 7. I know all of that. How many players do they have? Give us Arda Güler. Guys, I was thinking that 3-4-2-1. Yildiz, Arda Güler behind Colomoni or another striker. Mamma mia. They have Brahim Diaz. Bravo. How many players? Arda Güler. Mamma mia, what a player. If you go with a Turkish duo, you will see here on the channel, I will start speaking Turkish. If I start speaking Turkish here on the channel. I know that he wants to stay at Real Madrid. I know that. But if Kenan can be a bit of an agent, that would be beautiful. But, as I told you long time ago, for the people that are following me, you remember in February, the 3rd of February, when the Mercato was over, I told you pay attention because without source, so it was not coming from a paper, it was not coming from a journal, attention, because Colomoni was about to score. It was coming from nowhere. I told you pay attention, attenzione, because Juventus is interested in Jeremiah Hernandez from Deportivo La Coruña. Not for today, to close the calcio mercato, but for the future. What do we hear? That Juventus is on 2 players. Let me show you if I can find it or not really fast. Give me a bit of time. Maybe it's here. What do we see? Attenzione here. Juventus are preparing a double swoop from Deportivo La Coruña. Jeremai Hernandez, it's a left winger, and David Mea, a striker, 20 years old. The Bianconeri would like the two players for their quality and age. Negotiations are expected to begin shortly. So I don't know about the striker David Mela. It's not the name that was reported to me. But in February, at the end, I received that message from Larry the Bird that tells me, Beppe, you know that there is an interest in Jeremai. Good observation, extremely good observation from our friend Pelaya, but also someone else in the chat said it. But anyway, I will take the one of Pelaya that said, Beppe, I thought that Jeremai was already signed by Como. Look, no, officially no, but it's true that there is the interest of Como for Jeremai. And that's a really good one, because Como, we saw that very great talent scout that they have. They go for players, they scout them, they have them on loan, because at the moment Como first season in Serie A was a bit of a question mark. But then we saw players a la Nico Paz, a lot of players that they took there on loan from the big teams. They have a really great skill. So that means that Jeremai is absolutely not a bad player, that they have eye for these young players, 22 years old, left winger. Attenzione for a player like him. Are we close to him? No. Do we want to start the negotiation? Yes. Is it a player that Juventus is already informing themselves about? Yes. So pay attention, I tell you, to the unknown names. The name that today you're not really hot about, that you are saying, bah, I don't really know. I don't know the player. I prefer players that we already heard about. But with a Comoli, with maybe a Besani, that could potentially be the chief of scout or the vice sporting there. I don't know what title he will have. Look at these players that we never heard about. And in a way, guys, I am happy to hear these names, because at least it changed a bit from the usual Berardi, from the usual, I don't know what. Are these Giuntoli names? Probably they are. The Giuntoli of Napoli that was also looking for these talents, but that we didn't see at Juve. So in the list, these kind of names could be potentially interesting for Juve. So I'm curious to see these players, these names being linked to Juve, to observe them, to study, to look. Because if you tell me Berardi, I can tell you like this, without researches his entire career, I can tell you everything. If you tell me players that are, I don't know, Dodo, I want something a bit excited. So, we spoke about them. Dodo Gutierrez, we spoke. Yildiz contract extensions, we spoke. My dream of having Arda Güler, that will not happen, of course. I spoke about a new name for the defense, and it's not a new name, because it was a name already looked for it, is the name of Balerdi. So not Berardi, but Balerdi. You want any information about Ndoye? Ndoye spoke today saying, I don't know about my future. Of course, if you have a team that just won the Scudetto, led by Conte, that is interested in you, it's always an honor. So Napoli is also on Ndoye. Ndoye. Ciao. What did we have to speak about? I forgot. Balerdi, center back, already linked to Juve in the past. So it's not something new. Balerdi, good player that we were already on. I think it's a pity. I think it's really a pity that sometimes we are waiting. We are not going. I think that this is one of the things where Juventus went a bit weak in the last 5-6 years. You have a vision, you have a player, and then you don't have the strength to really go for him. Look at Balerdi's stats. Player that is at the moment 26 season, beautiful season at Marseille. In the meanwhile, I'm also looking at Germany, France. Still 0-0, but a really entertaining game there for the third spot. Usually it's a game that nobody wants to play. Attenzione, Virez to Adeyemi. It's a 2-5. Adeyemi against the world. There is a foul. No, says the referee, but he's able to stand up. And Virtus again. There is nothing. He will come back to the foul. What a player. Adeyemi as well. I like Adeyemi. Today, that Adeyemi is playing, is starting from the left to cut inside, while we saw him also a lot of time from the right to the left. Balerdi, what kind of player is he? Center back, right foot center back that can play on the right, can play on the left. Physical. It's also a good one because he has the double citizenship, Argentina and Italian, so it's also a player that will not use any spot there. So good player, Balerdi. Beautiful, extremely beautiful season with l'Olympique de Marseille that finished second in Ligue 1. I see here, Balerdi is really good technically. Yeah, with his feet, he's really good as well. I agree. So you see, in leaving a player like Renato Vega with the request of Chelsea that were extremely high to potentially go and reinforce yourself for another name that could be a Balerdi is not bad. And then is he close to Juve at the moment? No, but it's a good choice. We have also Berardi into the chat as I see. Emiliano Berardi, they saying great game. It is a great game. Pudie, 21 months with us. Glad you go live on this time. Usually you go live on the... but that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I will try to anticipate a bit. I try to anticipate also to give a chance to people that are not usually here. Pay attention because there is a free kick on the wall and the ball has been deflected. So, no, my pleasure, Pudeye. My pleasure. You know, guys, can I tell you an idea? Can I tell you an idea? But please don't say it to anybody because it's just an idea. I'm thinking to go live. So, the video in the morning, okay? The video in the morning, live at night, but I'm really thinking to start doing a show, maybe only in the week. So from Monday to Friday, a live show of 30 minutes, like, you know, the breaking news, the last things, you know, like one topic only, 3 small topics, and I want to call it the 5 o'clock show, because it will be at 5 p.m. Italian time. The 5 o'clock show. I had that idea, you know when? Last Saturday at 11 p.m. The 5 o'clock show. This genius, no? The 5 o'clock show. But I need a beautiful graphic, with 5 o'clock, O written as a 0. I need a beautiful, you know, a thumbnail for that. 5 o'clock show. No? Arakari is telling me 6 will be better. 6 will be better of what? It doesn't work like that. If it's 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5-0, guys. You cannot go at 6 p.m. and say it's the 5 o'clock. Then it makes no sense anymore. No? Sometimes you guys, you make me crazy. 5 o'clock show. Referring to last Saturday, do it at 6. That could be a beautiful one as well. That would be a beautiful one, huh? We have some haters in the chat. I didn't know that. We have some haters in the chat. Attenzione, I didn't expect that. Anyway, let's go. Do we have something else on the list? The Made in Italy. The Made in Italy. We didn't speak about the Made in Italy. No, Inter o'clock, no, guys, die. Inter o'clock, no. That's a bit too much. No, it needs to be subtle, you know, like really subtle. Attenzione, we have here. And that's the last topic before closing, because I really like the game. Made in Italy, the dream of Juve. Gatti He's looking around, but Juventus has the intention to extend the contract. He prefers having 2.5 million euro net. Ah, by the way, I need to, because I see some things on internet I cannot understand. So before going there, pay attention, because I see hate on Kelly. I understand all the situation, but when it's fake news, when it's unnecessary hate, I cannot see through that. I cannot see through that. Especially from accounts that really need to pay attention how they inform, because otherwise you're spreading fake information. You're actually splitting, dividing people instead of going with authentic news. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because today I hear that Lloyd Kelly is earning 3 million euro net, double as what Federico Gatti is earning. I thought it's a bit bizarre, no? Because that's not what I know. I know that Gatti has a low salary. Then I go to Federico Gatti. So it's already prepared now because I made my researches. What do we see? Euro, net, okay? Always net, important, net. What do we see? That had a contract for 1.4 million euro net. If you are looking at gross, it's 2.6, okay? Federico Gatti. Then you go to Lloyd Kelly, same site, same information. What do we see? That is earning 1.2 million euro net. Is it for 6 months? Could be. Could be. That his contract is now doubled for an entire year. Could be. Could be. But from the moment that I don't see that one, I need to check. I need to check. Maybe I'm wrong, huh? Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to be prudent on that one. I really want to be prudent on that one. And I will try to ask more confirmation. If it was 1.2 for February, because it didn't start in January, from February until the end of the season, then it could be that it goes towards 3 million euro net, which is absolutely, in a way, not acceptable towards Federico Gatti, okay? If it's 1.2 for an entire year, like it's written here, pay attention, again, on loan, then we need to check. So, let's see. But we need to pay attention on all information. No, but otherwise we will make some mistakes, okay? Otherwise we will make some mistakes. No, because I don't want to go with unnecessary hate for the player that already have a player. Yeah, I'm watching, guys. I'm watching. But, guys, between the salary of Kelly and Gatti and the penalty for Germany, calma. So we need to investigate a bit more on that one. I will repeat you, What's his name? Tudor likes Kelly. Is his top favorite defender of the world? No. If we can give him a better defender, he will use a better defender. But I can tell you from what he saw, Tudor likes, appreciated Kelly in the games he was with him. That's what I want to tell you. From inside information, I keep repeating it. Then if he's right or if he's wrong, that I don't know, but I can tell you that. There is indeed a penalty for Germany. I'm watching, they always have like 20, 30 seconds delay. I'm not sure who will take it. So let me check. Hey, our friend Nagelsmann, he became a bit more round, no? He took a bit of pounds, no? Became a bit more chubby. I don't know, guys. Who will take the penalty? It's Adeyemi himself, I think, that will take the penalty. Am I so late behind you guys? Let me check that, then we will finish with Made in Italy before closing. But they are still reviewing. They're still reviewing the penalty. I watch the penalty, I finish with Made in Italy, and then we go... to the Made in Italy, where you see the names of Tonali, Leoni, that people, they speak, Leoni. There are some news from Cherubini, by the way, I will tell you. Ciao Marcello, we are in closing time. What are they reviewing? They are going to the VAR. So it's VAR. So people that said 1-0, you're lying. Why are you lying, guys? Why do you find joy in lying? Theo Hernandez didn't accept at the moment, still didn't accept at the moment, the offer of Saudi Arabia from Al Hilal. And that's why Inzaghi is also looking at alternatives. Angelino from Roma and Hartman from Feyenoord are possible other names for Theo Hernandez. Would you love Theo Hernandez at Juve? Would you love Theo Hernandez at Juve? They didn't give the penalty. Instead, they gave a yellow card. But no, there was no simulation. I don't like that. The player is really falling, guys. The player is really falling on the ground. I really don't understand. Kein Strafschop. No penalty. Molina could potentially be in the deal for Dusan Vlahovic. Molina, for the people that are new Juventini or with a small memory or because it's so many information that sometimes you forget, was a player that when he was in Italy at Udinese, Juventus really wanted. Then at the end he went to Atletico Madrid. He's there since the season 22-23, so 22-23-24, 3 seasons already at Atletico Madrid. Could potentially be in the deal. Dusan Vlahovic, Atletico Madrid. Molina, Juve, a player that is playing on the right side of the field that when he was at Udinese I really liked. When he was at Atletico Madrid, he did good games. He never reached the potential that I thought he would have reached. So, I don't know. The salary of Molina. Good question, guys. I don't know. I will check. I will tell you. Molina. It's Nahuel, right? Nahuel Molina. Let's go. Salary of Nahuel Molina. Net. Oh. Yeah, they don't pay him. What is happening? Why are they not paying that guy? Yeah, he's earning 580 net. Gross, it's 1.2. Oof. Yeah, why are they not paying the guy? Poor guy. I understand that he's coming from Udinese, but oh, no. Take him. No, he's a good player. Indeed. Bravo. That's also a really important one because I see Karovic. They saying, pay attention, Beppe, because you need to check. Always here. Not verified. When it's check mark, you can be 100% because they checked it. If not, it's a guess. No, but we were speaking about the made in Italy. You don't want to speak about the made in Italy, yeah? Or every time actually you're taking me to another topic, another discussion. So made in Italy. Made in Italy. Last one. Donnarumma is Giovanni Albanese is convinced that Donnarumma shows interest in going to Italy and to Juve. Donnarumma. No, it's not Donnarumma. It's Giovanni Albanese and Gigio Donnarumma. It's not Donnarumma, but they're really convinced. Juventus that wants to go for Italian players. Not all of them, of course. Keeping Cambiaso would be a first step, because I couldn't understand. You want to go for Italian players, but then you take Cambiaso and you put him on the market. Gatti, you put him on the market. Savona, you put him on the market. Di Gregorio, you put him on the market. Then I'm asking myself, no, that's not really an Juve, no? Attenzione, mamma mia, he's good. And that Voltomare is good, guys. So I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. Then if you tell me, pay attention, because Cambiaso is not on the market. We want to extend Savona. We want to extend Savona, Gatti. Then it starts to make a bit of sense. Then you cannot have 11 Italian players. You cannot have 20 Italian players, because you don't even have the qualitative 20 players, Italian players. At the moment, I tell you the truth, I don't know them. 20 top players of Italy, I cannot tell you. 20 players of Italy, I can tell you 5. I can tell you 10 if you are looking at potentials like Leoni. That could potentially be. Mamma mia, but Mbappe, guys. Mbappe, guys, he will be hated. He will be hated. It was offside, but mamma mia. Donnarumma linked with Real Madrid that wants to go for a free signing next year in 2026, where his contract is ending. But I tell you that if Juventus is serious on Donnarumma, it could be a player that comes to Juve. I keep repeating it. Today, it's not my priority. It's not my priority. Then pay attention, because with Maignan able to go to Chelsea, with Milan going for Sviar, with Roma potentially going on Di Gregorio, you have potentially a free spot for Donnarumma. That is earning a lot. If I'm not wrong, it's 6 million euro. 6 million euro for Gigio Donnarumma. You want to check? Let me check. You need to check net. 7 plus 3 of bonus. It's a lot, huh? While Di Gregorio, if I'm not wrong, is taking 2.5 net. Let me check. Net 2 million. Are we sure we want to go and invest on the player? Because you need to pay him, because he's still under contract with Paris Saint-Germain. So, and that plus a salary that is crazy. Then, of course, he's the best goalkeeper at the moment of the world. He's 26 years, so he has a 10 years easy still at the top. But I think that today we have other priorities. Another name that could be the big investment. What people are telling me, honestly, I'm not lying. What people are telling me, they're telling me that Juventus is looking for a big name, a really big name for the summer transfer market. And a big name could potentially be Tonali. Even if he continues to say, no, I like Newcastle, we are back in Champions League, I missed 1 year, I love how they welcome me. There are still the voices that Juve is interested, is on the player. They go, they chase, they try. Douglas Luiz in the deal could be an open door. Like Gyökeres, I don't want to make you dream, but it's a player that Juve is interested in. And then there are still the names of Fratesi that has always been observed by Juve, that is looking for a starting spot without Simone Inzaghi. That never let him play. Let's see what will happen with Fratesi. Then there are the names of Giacomo Raspadori that looks like he's like in Italian football since like 20 years, but the guy is 20. He made his official debut in Serie A when he was 5, I think. Mamma mia. It's already like 20 years that I hear Raspadori, but he's only 25. Crazy. Leoni is a player that Juventus is following since long. In December, it came out that Juve was interested in Leoni. Cherubini spoke, he confirmed there are interest from Italy and from abroad for the player, but we would love to keep him one more year. There are some interest for Coppola, there are some interest from Comuzzo. So Juventus is looking for also Italian players, but not only. So don't start when the first name will not be Italian. But the Italian project. No, Juventus is also looking for some Italian players to have some Italian players at Juve, which would be one of the objectives, but not only. Mamma mia, Voltamare. But Voltamare, what a player. Did you see? Today it's not Germany-France, but it's Voltamare against Maignan. At the moment, Maignan is winning. Save on save on save on save, but the player is there. Did you see the skill that he just did? Yeah, but that's the thing also. Guys, too much money for... Would you give all that money for Fratesi, 40 million to Inter? I would not. Would you give... How much? 40 million for Comuzzo to Fiorentina? I would not. Would you give, I don't know, 25, 30 million for Raspadori to Napoli? I would not. They are also speaking about Gudmundsson. Guys, 15, 20 million for Leoni, I would immediately, without thinking. Voltamare is 198, if I'm not wrong. We checked already his profile a few days ago. I think he was 198. Let me check and I will tell you. Nick Voltamade. That's my new passion. 198. You see, the memory is still working. It's only because France is in control with a beautiful cross. Second post. Kick Mbappé. Goal. France. 1-0. Beautiful goal. He asked for forgiveness after that miss, even if he was on offside, but that was a beautiful one. It's a good question, guys. You need to think about. But Tudor already gave you that answer. Guys, we need to think about something extremely important. It's not 11 players anymore. It's not 15 players anymore. You need some subs and important subs that can enter the game, that can rotate, can play. You know, these teams of every weekend seeing 11 players, it will not happen anymore, except when you are Napoli without extra competition, when you are Lazio without extra competition, when you are Milan without extra competition. But when you have so much tournaments with all the injuries, etc., you need a lot of players in different positions. So pay attention for that one, guys. And Tonali, guys, in the midfield of Koopmeiners, Tonali, Locatelli, Thuram. You know what I you know what? It's one thing that I try to follow, but it's an intuition. So it's not the news that I receive, but it's an intuition that I try to follow and try to ask and to find information left and right. You know what's an intuition? A player that could possibly leave that nobody's speaking about? Try to guess which player I have in mind from Juve. That, I don't know, it's an intuition. That I need to check. No, not Locatelli. No, not Bremer. It just come from an injury. Bravo. Giuseppe guessed it. It's no news, huh? No news. It's my intuition. I woke up like that since a few days and I said, I don't know why. Let's see. Let's see. But not now, huh? After the Club World Cup. Let's see. I'm really curious. Attention, because that ball goes on the right side. Here they go. Oof. Thuram, disaster. Disaster. Marcus Thuram. Colomonis. You know, I'm not sure if you are watching the game now because he will whistle the half time. But in that first half, how many assists did Colomoni give to Thuram, to Mbappé? A lot of these assists. Ah, you see, some people are here saying, Mbappé, we need to sign money. Yeah. Spectacular first half. When he whistle, I will close the live. Okay, one more question, guys. An important one. Give me one more question. I think that I've spoken about all the players. Hey, what do we do this evening if there is no other bomba? We already spoke about everything. Cabal, guys, I will not take that as the last question, but just because I saw the name a few times, he's injured, guys, and he's not about to come back really fast, so injured. Adzic, let's see. The World Cup, we will understand a lot at the World Cup. Will he have a bit more minutes or not? Nico Gonzalez, we already answered. That's a good question. Look, zero news about Pintus. Zero. Ederson looked for in Saudi Arabia. Looked for in Premier League. He will leave Atalanta. Where will he go? No idea. Sporting director, not today. Urgent topics are dealt with from Kelly and Komori. Could be that there is a name before the Club World Cup, but at the moment not. Miretti will come back to Juve, but he has that shoulder problem after the surgery. So he will not go to the Club World Cup, and there is some interest from Italian team this time, maybe not for a loan, but for a permanent sale. The one that is really on Miretti is Bologna. Ragazzi, I closed the live. I enjoyed it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it as well, for the people that not always have the opportunity to tune in during the afternoon. So if you didn't yet, please support the channel by a maximum of likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me check if we found new Juventini. We did. We found in total, I believe, 10 new Juventini. I will watch the second half tranquillo, and then maybe this evening, if there is something, we come back. Ciao a tutti. Moment. Like.